In our planet, there are many places that make us feel in paradise. But there is a country whose beauty, tax benefits, and warmth and hospitality of its people are so intense that make tourists are involved in charms and temptations difficult to resist. Don't miss this new Uncensored World video to learn more about the Dominican Republic, one of the most desirable and fascinating countries on the planet. Dominican Republic, a Caribbean country full of paradisiacal beaches, where, in some of them, people bathe without clothes. A country that contains those considered by many as the most beautiful women on the planet. One of the most sought-after destinations not only by travelers in search of sun, fun, and beach, but also by women looking for love and romance, since here lived the so-called Sanky Pankis, Dominican men with a strong attraction for foreign women, willing to maintain relationships and romances with the intention of improving their quality of life. A paradise and cradle of music and dances full of passion such as bachata and merengue, with as much sensual charge as the use of pineapple in some of their love rituals, or that of their most famous elixir known as Mamajuana, famous for igniting the night and enhancing intimate relationships in both men and women. Get ready to discover the tourist destination par excellence in the Caribbean, a tax haven that attracts celebrities, companies, politicians from all over the world, as well as pirates of the present, thanks to unique tax discounts. A corner full of mysterious curiosities, such as having created beliefs that mix voodoo rituals with others of the Catholic religion, or containing a terrifying legend that many still believe in, related to the ghostly spirit of a woman who wanders through these lands crying disconsolately in search of her lost children. Discover with us the first island colonized by Europeans in the New World, the legendary land that Christopher Columbus named Hispaniola, a paradise of lush landscapes and dazzling coasts, chosen by the famous navigator as the starting point for the conquest of the American continent, due in large part to the beauty of its people and places, which protects ecosystems and a unique race and culture. Pay attention and do not miss this video, because we assure you that discovering the Dominican Republic with us will surprise you. Let's get started. In the interior of the beautiful Caribbean Sea lies a unique jewel in the world, a corner in which history is intertwined with a natural and cultural beauty so vibrant that bewitches everyone who sets foot on these lands. The Dominican Republic is therefore a destination that not only stands out for its wonderful landscape, but also for its complex and fascinating social and cultural reality, a place that has captivated millions of people over the centuries. This island, rich in history and dreamy landscapes, is the cradle of one of the most intriguing civilizations in the Caribbean, and its strategic location in the heart of this sea makes it a point of attraction for travelers, investors, celebrities, explorers, and even modern-day pirates from all over the world. Located in the Antilles archipelago, it shares the island of Hispaniola with Haiti, bordering Haiti to the west, while to the north is the Atlantic Ocean, and to the east, the crystalline waters of the Caribbean Sea. The Dominican Republic is the second most populated nation in the Caribbean, with more than 10 million inhabitants. With a territorial extension of more than 78,000 square kilometers, it is also the largest island of the Greater Antilles, surpassed only by Cuba. Despite its size and population, what really makes it stand out is the richness and diversity of its landscapes. From its beautiful golden sandy beaches to its lush rainforests, or impressive mountains that seem to greet the sky, containing the highest mountain and the largest and longest lake in the Caribbean among its main treasures. But as you will see, natural beauty is not the only thing that makes this island famous. The Dominican Republic was the first place in America where Europeans set foot after the arrival of Christopher Columbus in the year 1492. The entire island was baptized by Columbus as Hispaniola, being the starting point for the exploration and colonization of the American continent. It was not only the place where Christopher Columbus established the first European settlements in America, but also the first permanent colony of the continent, marking the beginning of the Spanish conquest in what was known as the New World. Explorers, soldiers, traders, and missionaries landed on its shores, bringing with them profound changes in culture, politics, and the indigenous population. Among its most famous sites, Santo Domingo, the capital of today's Dominican Republic, became the epicenter of Spanish expansion in the Americas. This city was founded in 1496, becoming the first established by European colonizers, and in time, the starting point for expeditions that would shape the continent. The city grew rapidly, becoming a center of power and commerce for the Spanish Empire in the Caribbean. If you are lucky enough to walk the cobblestone streets of Santo Domingo's Colonial Zone, it is impossible not to feel transported back in time. The historic buildings, with their stone facades and wrought iron balconies, have withstood centuries of history and still retain the splendor of colonial times. Among the most emblematic monuments of Santo Domingo is the majestic Cathedral of Santa Maria la Menor, the first cathedral in the New World. With its high vaults and imposing presence, Santa Maria la Menor has been a witness to the city's evolution since the 16th century. Another of the most fascinating corners of this area is Calle Las Damas, considered the oldest street in the Americas. Its name comes from the ladies of the Spanish court who used to walk along it in the early years of the colony, and today it continues to be a symbol of Santo Domingo's splendorous past. If you stroll through it, you can feel the living history of the city while enjoying its vibrant atmosphere. An atmosphere that has changed a lot compared to ancient times, being the ladies and gentlemen today, mostly of Dominican origin. Another of the city's highlights is the Alcázar de Colón, also known as the Casa de Colón. Although Christopher Columbus never lived there, this majestic palace was the residence of his son, Diego Columbus, who ruled the island as viceroy and governor. Built of coral stone, the Alcázar is a 16th century architectural jewel and now serves as a museum that allows visitors to immerse themselves in the daily life of the colonial nobility, with its elegant halls, period furnishings, and priceless art collection. As for nightlife, Santo Domingo offers a wide variety of bars, discos, and clubs where you can experience the soul of the Dominican Republic. Music, especially the country's native merengue and bachata, accompanies every step, and the nights are filled with dancing and fun. The sensuality and rhythm of these traditional dances are the perfect reflection of the passion that defines Dominicans, who are known not only for their human warmth, but also for their dedication to dance and nightlife, realities such as that of the Mamajuana or the Sanky Pankis, which you will learn about in this video. This reality that can be observed in Santo Domingo has a lot to do with the fact that over the centuries, the entire island has gone through a series of transformations that would mark its unique character and the reasons that have made it one of the most desired destinations on the planet. The mixture of indigenous Spanish and African cultures gave rise to a Dominican identity that today is reflected in the music, art, customs, and above all, in the character and beauty of its people. Dominican people are known for their hospitality and warmth, and have earned international recognition not only for their kindness, but also for being considered among the most beautiful men and women on the planet. This beauty, both exterior and interior, is due to the rich racial mix that has defined the Dominican population for centuries. Indigenous Taino roots, the influence of Spanish colonizers and African heritage combine to create a population whose cultural diversity is palpable in every aspect of their lives. During the colonial era, the Spanish brought thousands of Africans to the island to work in sugarcane plantations, mines, and domestic labor. Despite the difficult conditions to which they were subjected, these groups managed to preserve their traditions, customs, and beliefs, which eventually merged with Taino and European influences, giving rise to this unique and vibrant identity. Today, this African heritage remains an essential part of the Dominican soul. It manifests itself in music, with the infectious rhythms of merengue and bachata, in gastronomy, with intense and spicy flavors that evoke its past, and even in more obscure and mysterious expressions such as voodoo, a belief brought from Africa that, over time, has blended with Catholicism. This is one of the most prominent phenomena in Dominican culture: voodoo rituals and Santeria, beliefs that have played an important role in the island's spiritual life today. One of the most fascinating manifestations of this heritage is Santeria, a religious system of Yoruba origin that arrived on the island along with the African slaves and eventually merged with the Catholicism imposed by the Spanish colonizers. This fusion allowed the African deities, known as orishas, to be associated with Christian saints, facilitating their worship within a deeply Catholic society. Thus, practices such as rituals with candles, offerings, and sacred chants were mixed with Christian masses and processions, creating a unique spirituality in which the divine and the earthly coexist in a delicate balance. Because of these kinds of realities, the Dominican Republic is not only a paradise of beaches and joyful rhythms, it is also a land of dark and unique realities and legends. Some of these stories are linked to spiritual practices brought from Africa and Haiti, while others are intertwined with myths that run throughout Latin America. Among them, one of the most terrifying is the legend of La Llorona, a story that has transcended borders and is told with variations in countries such as Mexico, Colombia, and Venezuela. La Llorona is the grieving soul of a woman who, according to the most widespread version, drowned her children in a fit of despair and then, consumed by guilt, wandered for eternity crying and searching for them. It is said that her plaintive wail can be heard near rivers and lagoons, and that those who hear her are doomed to misfortune. For many Dominicans, the story of La Llorona is a warning about divine punishment and the suffering of mothers who break sacred ties with their children, while others see it as a manifestation of pain and injustice, realities that have coexisted both in the past and present with the island's population. But it is not only the ghosts of the paranormal world that seem to haunt this island paradise. There are also real ghosts in the form of people, some of dubious reputation or fortunes of strange origin, who could well be considered pirates today. That is why, before commenting on this present reality, it is good to know that the Dominican Republic, especially along its north and south coast, was also a key scenario in the golden age of piracy in the Caribbean. During the 16th and 17th centuries, the island was constantly attacked by corsairs and pirates who, attracted by the wealth accumulated by the Spanish colonists, plundered the ports and settlements. The island's strategic location made it a vital transit point for ships carrying gold, silver, and other riches from the Americas to Europe. One of the most fascinating legends that still persists on the island has to do with an alleged treasure hidden by pirates off the Dominican coast. It is said that the famous pirate Sir Henry Morgan, known for his plundering of Spanish cities in the Caribbean, hid booty on islands near the Dominican Republic before mysteriously disappearing. Piracy also left its mark on Dominican popular culture, with legends that live on in the oral tradition. Some of them, such as the story of the Pirate of the Cave, tell how certain pirates took refuge in the island's caves, leaving behind clues and hidden treasures. Surely reality surpasses fiction, and nowadays pirates of this century also come to this island and have changed the eye patch, or the mythical corsair's cap, for tailor-made suits and ties of the best brands. Today, this tradition of being a safe harbor seems to blend with the present, since, just as in colonial times, businessmen, celebrities, politicians, and characters, some of whom could be considered modern pirates, continue to arrive, seeing this island as an ideal destination not only for its natural beauty and vibrant culture, but also for its tax advantages and the flexibility of its laws. That is why, apart from the physical beauty of its people or the natural beauty of its beaches and jungles, there are many more reasons why the Dominican Republic attracts foreigners. The island is famous for being a destination where luxury and tradition coexist in harmony, offering unique experiences ranging from exclusive resorts, paradisiacal beaches, some where people bathe without clothes, as you will soon know, to popular celebrations steeped in history or realities closely related to life and passion. This country has become one of the most sought-after tourist destinations in the Caribbean, also because of its status as a tax haven. a place with great tax exemptions and benefits for investors, where tourists of all kinds arrive every year in search of the most beautiful beaches, while others are attracted by the possibility of enjoying a more relaxed life without the tax burden of other more expensive destinations. However, while some areas of the Dominican Republic live in a splendor of natural riches and luxurious resorts, the social differences within the country are very large and give rise to much less paradisiacal realities. This country, like many Latin American countries, faces serious economic problems that affect a large part of its population. Deep historical inequalities have been a determining factor in its development, creating a gap between the richest sectors and those who struggle to survive in poverty, a situation that affects a large part of the island's original inhabitants. This inequality is reflected in the difficult living conditions of many communities, especially in rural areas, where access to basic services such as education, health, and formal employment is very limited. This lack of opportunities has led many people to seek alternatives to improve their living conditions, causing some Dominican women to be attracted by the possibility of establishing relationships with foreign tourists, hoping to escape from misery, or somehow improve their quality of life and that of their families. Within this complex social reality, there is a very controversial phenomenon known as the Sanky Pankis, in which it is the men and not the women who go in search of relationships with foreign women to improve their situation. Sanky Pankis are known as a group of Dominican men who, seeking relationships with foreign tourists, are mainly dedicated to courting women who come to the island in search of adventure or new experiences. But this situation is often complex and fraught with desperation, as many of these men, although attractive and charismatic, seek mainly to improve their quality of life through their relationship with tourists or foreigners, hoping to obtain money, gifts, or economic support. The same happens with women who look to foreign men to escape their difficulties. This phenomenon is deeply related to poverty, as both Dominican women and male Sanky Pankis are attracted by the promise of a better life, especially when job opportunities in their country are limited. In many cases, the Sanky Pankis offer what the women need: an escape from poverty, the chance to experience a different lifestyle, and in some cases, even the opportunity to marry foreign women for a brighter future. Beyond the social problems and realities, the vibrant and passionate spirit of the Dominican people is brilliantly reflected in their traditional dances, such as bachata and merengue. These two musical genres, which were born on the island, have transcended borders and conquered the world with their contagious energy and passion. However, in the Dominican Republic, these dances are not only a form of artistic expression, but also an emotional outlet and a reflection of the Latin character: fiery, sensual, and full of life. In urban and rural areas, bars and popular parties offer a space to dance, socialize, and forget for a moment the difficult realities of everyday life. Bachata, with its slow and sensual movements, and merengue, with its fast and infectious rhythm, have become symbols of a life charged with intense emotions, where music and dance allow Dominicans to release their tensions and connect with their most passionate side. For many Dominican women, these dances represent an opportunity to express themselves, feel attractive, and enjoy the company of men who are looking for not just a dance, but an intimate and emotional connection. In this context, Mamajuana, an elixir in the form of a traditional alcoholic drink from the island, also plays an important role in intimate relationships. Mamajuana, made from a mixture of rum, red wine, herbs, roots, and peels, is known for its aphrodisiac properties. It is believed to have the ability to enhance intimate relationships, as it is attributed with energy-boosting and circulation-enhancing effects. Although it is not directly mentioned as a drug substitute, many Dominicans and tourists consider it a natural elixir that can contribute to greater vitality and desire. In addition to Mamajuana, another mind-blowing curiosity related to intimate practices in the Dominican Republic is the use of pineapple in certain rituals that seek to improve the emotional and physical connection between couples. The pineapple is considered in this country as a symbol of fertility and is used in rituals that take place mainly in moments of intimate union, either to enhance passion or as part of more spiritual beliefs related to health and harmony in relationships. It is believed that, by consuming it or even using it in ritual baths, it can increase feelings of well-being and facilitate greater union in the couple. At this point, we take the opportunity to ask you, would you like to meet the Sanky Pankis or the Dominican women? Would you like to try Mamajuana? Or would you prefer to share a pineapple or dance a bachata? What has surprised you most about this earthly paradise? Would you like to visit it? Pause the video and leave us your comment. You know that doing so is the best way you can support Uncensored World, so we can keep working every week to bring you interesting content like this, so thank you. Despite the sensuality that permeates many of the traditions and practices in the Dominican Republic, the island is also famous for its stunning natural beauty. The island's beaches are some of the most beautiful in the world, with crystal clear waters, soft sand, and dreamy landscapes. The best known include Playa Bávaro, with its endless white sand beaches, and Playa Rincón, considered one of the best in the world for its unspoiled beauty. Interestingly, many of these beaches are also known for allowing visitors to enjoy swimming without any clothing. Naturism is not a rare practice in the Dominican Republic, as there are many beaches, and even entire resorts, specially designated for it, where tourists can enjoy the freedom to bathe or walk around without clothes. This is just one of the curiosities that makes the country even more attractive, as it connects with the idea of freedom, connection with nature and sensuality that defines the Dominican people. Among the country's most popular destinations is Punta Cana, located on the east coast of the Dominican Republic, a world-renowned destination famous for its soft white sand beaches, crystal clear waters, and warm, sunny weather year-round. Punta Cana's shores stretch along the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea, creating an ideal setting for relaxation and fun. The beaches are ideal for those looking to escape the stresses of everyday life and enjoy the tranquility of a tropical paradise. This destination is especially popular among tourists looking for all-inclusive resorts, where they can enjoy high-quality services such as comfortable rooms, delicious food, swimming pools, spas, and recreational activities of all kinds. Punta Cana also has a very special attraction for those who are looking for a different experience, naturist places that we talked about before. In Punta Cana, some naturist resorts and campsites in the area offer a completely clothing-free experience, such as the Desire Resort and Spa, an adults-only resort that combines luxury with a naturist atmosphere. Leaving the naturist life aside, we move on to discover the most beautiful and emblematic natural corners of this country. Among them is the Pico Duarte, the highest mountain in the Caribbean, which rises to 3,098 meters above sea level. Located in the heart of the island, in the central mountain range, Pico Duarte is a popular destination for ecotourism and mountaineering enthusiasts. From its summit, one can observe breathtaking panoramic views of the region. In addition, Lake Enriquillo, the largest and lowest lake in the Caribbean, is another of the natural treasures of this island, and also of the entire Caribbean. This lake, located 46 meters below sea level, is part of a biosphere reserve that crosses the border with Haiti and is home to species such as crocodiles and flamingos, making it a site of great ecological interest. Beyond its dazzling nature, the Dominican Republic is also known for its rich biodiversity. National parks such as Los Haitises National Park, Jaragua National Park, and Parque Nacional del Este protect unique ecosystems including tropical forests, mangroves, and coral reefs. Among its endemic species are the sigua, a type of lizard, and the Antillean manatee, which inhabits the warm waters of the Dominican coast. All these realities make this country an ideal destination for nature and ecotourism lovers. As for the local culture, the Dominican Republic also stands out for having a unique ethnic diversity in the world that is behind the beauty of its people, the result of centuries of history, invasions, and migrations. This mix of Taino, African, European, and other roots has given rise to a fascinatingly diverse population, which is reflected in its music, gastronomy, and of course, in the beauty of its women. As you can see, the island's historical legacy, coupled with its vibrant biodiversity and unique culture, make it a fascinating destination for those looking to enjoy the best of both worlds, a natural paradise and a rich cultural heritage. At this point, you might want to know how to get to and enjoy the Dominican Republic to the fullest. That is why from Uncensored World we have investigated, and we bring you a summary that will help you better understand how to get the most out of this experience. From Europe, getting to the Dominican Republic is quite easy thanks to direct flights from several cities. If you are coming from Spain, France, Italy, or Portugal, there are several airlines that operate direct flights, the most common being from Madrid, Barcelona, Paris, Rome, and Lisbon. Flight time is usually around 8 to 10 hours, depending on the origin. No visa is required for tourist stays of up to 30 days, only a valid passport. From South America, most countries have direct flights to the Dominican Republic. If you come from Argentina, Colombia, Chile, or Brazil, the flight time can range from 6 to 8 hours. For these countries, a visa is also not required for tourists from these countries for a period of up to 30 days. From North America, getting to the Dominican Republic is even easier, as the United States and Canada have numerous direct flights to major cities such as Santo Domingo and Punta Cana, with durations of between 3 and 5 hours. US and Canadian tourists also do not require visas for short stays. Once on the island, transportation is quite accessible. Cabs are common, but it is advisable to make sure that the driver uses the meter so that the fare is not increased. There are also guaguas, which is the name given to the local buses, and motoconchos, which are motorcycle cabs, an economical option, although not always the most comfortable. If you prefer something more private, Uber is also available in the main cities. To explore the island further, you can rent a car, which is quite affordable, and gives you the freedom to move around at your own pace. In terms of prices, the Dominican Republic is one of the cheapest destinations in the region. In fact, it is known for being one of the cheapest countries in the Caribbean and Central America in terms of accommodation, food, and tourist activities. To give some examples, a coffee usually costs less than $1, while a night in a hotel for 2 people costs between $40 and $90, always depending on the location and amenities. In general, local food, transportation, and tourist activities in the Dominican Republic are quite affordable. This makes it an ideal destination for those looking for a luxury experience at very good prices. From Uncensored World, we hope this tour through the wonders and curiosities of the Dominican Republic has been as exciting for you as it has been for us. Thinking about it, and the effort it takes us to make these videos, we would love you to leave us a nice like, subscribe if you are not subscribed, and leave us a nice comment. It is the best way you have to help us to continue bringing you the best content every week. If you enjoyed this video and you are not subscribed yet, don't wait any longer and do it now by activating the little bell so you don't miss the fascinating videos we make every week. Videos like this one that you can enjoy now to know one of the most enigmatic corners of the planet. Do not miss it and discover the wonders that this place has to offer.